we signal the spring arrival with a global celebration that, on the surface, makes very little sense. Take a moment to look at the three primary symbols of the holiday. You have a hollow chocolate rabbit, a collection of painted eggs, and a wooden cross. Viewed together, they present a strange contradiction. How does an egg-hiding rabbit in a backyard relate to the resurrection of Jesus Christ? The modern holiday layers ancient pagan folklore on top of early Christian theology, with a final coating of industrial-era marketing. Tracing each individual symbol back to its origins reveals how these disparate pieces eventually fuse together into the modern Easter tradition. In English, the name comes from Eostre, an ancient Anglo-Saxon goddess of the dawn and spring. When early Christian missionaries arrived in Northern Europe, they adapted her existing spring festival, shifting the focus from the returning sun to the resurrection of the Son of God. The egg carries an even older history. Long before the rise of Christianity, cultures from Egypt to Greece believed in a cosmic egg from which the entire universe hatched. Christians later adopted the egg as a metaphor for the tomb. It appeared hard and lifeless on the outside, yet contained the potential for new life. During the Middle Ages, eggs became more than just a metaphor. For the 40 days of Lent, Christians observed a fast where eating meat and eggs was strictly forbidden. The chickens, however, continued to lay throughout the fast. To preserve this massive surplus of food, people hard-boiled them, resulting in a stockpile of eggs ready to be eaten the moment the fast ended on Easter Sunday. This peasant food eventually transformed into a high-end luxury gift. By the late 19th century, the Russian czars were commissioning the famous Fabergé eggs, intricate designs encrusted with jewels and gold that elevated the simple egg shape into an object of extreme wealth. The Industrial Revolution moved the tradition into the masses. In 1873, the British company J.S. Fry & Sons figured out how to create multiple chocolate by mixing cocoa fat with powder, producing the world's first chocolate Easter egg. Cadbury soon followed with milk chocolate versions, turning an ancient cosmological symbol into the foundation of a multi-billion-dollar global industry. Then there is the rabbit. While it's true that rabbits don't lay eggs, they were the ancient world's most prominent symbol of fertility. Their ability to reproduce rapidly in the spring made them a natural mascot for the season. A strange biological myth in antiquity suggested that hares were hermaphrodites that could reproduce without a mate. This led some early church thinkers to associate the animal with the Virgin Mary. The modern Easter bunny took shape in 17th century Germany as the Osterhasse. He was a character who judged whether children had been good or disobedient, leaving colored eggs in nests made from their bonnets. When German immigrants arrived in Pennsylvania in the 1700s, they brought the Austerhasse tradition with them. Those children's bonnets eventually evolved into the modern Easter basket. The scale of modern Easter candy is difficult to visualize. Over 16 billion jelly beans are produced annually in the U.S. alone, enough to wrap around the Earth's equator more than 3 times. In the 1930s, candy manufacturers realized the oval shape of the jelly bean perfectly mimicked miniature bird eggs, making them a natural seasonal fit. The candy industry took a pagan fertility mascot and a German folklore judge and turned him into a cuddly global ambassador for sugar. While candy and folklore dominate the seasonal retail landscape, the cross remains the central focus for billions of observers. Originally, this was a Roman instrument of execution designed for state terror. Early Christians took the empire's symbol of torture and recontextualized it as a symbol of life and victory over death. The religious narrative is often mimicked in secular play. Traditions like the White House Easter egg roll started in 1878 to symbolize the rolling away of the stone from the tomb of Jesus. In Australia, where rabbits are considered an invasive pest, the holiday has been adapted to celebrate the Easter bilby, a native endangered marsupial. In Sweden, the holiday takes on a different tone entirely. Children dress as Easter witches and go door to door trading handmade drawings for sweets. Whether it's rolling eggs in Washington or dressing as witches in Sweden, cultures around the world constantly mold the holiday's themes to fit their local environments. When we look at the goddess Eostre, the stone tomb, the chocolate bunny, and the cross together, a single theme begins to emerge. Despite originating in different eras and cultures, these symbols are all different historical languages speaking the exact same word: rebirth. the end of a frozen winter, the rapid reproduction of spring animals, and a resurrection from a grave are variations of one human experience. Easter taps into a universal belief that regardless of the darkness of the preceding season, light and life will return. The next time you find a dyed egg or open a basket, you are participating in a story of hope that is thousands of years old.